How can the Knicks improve this offseason? Let's get into it. Knicks made the Eastern Conference Finals, and that was excellent, all that, but their season's over. I know they still technically have a chance to move on, but let's just stop all the BS. Let's just go into it. How can they improve this offseason? Because they really can't do much to their roster. These are all the guaranteed contracts for the Knicks next season. Remember, they have more flexibility and aren't a second apron offender in the new CBA. They're only in the first apron because Jalen Brunson took a substantial discount. So that should be noted. That allowed the OG extension, Karl Anthony Towns, to have that massive contract, right? Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, Miles McBride. Those are the only guys that Tom Thibodeau plays anyways. They're not in the second apron because of that. If Brunson were to sign that massive extension that he would have been due possibly next summer, then obviously they would be in the second apron and they would have less flexibility, lose their draft picks, all that. But he did a super team-friendly deal for them to sign all of these players. As I mentioned, they're not going to have cap space, but free agency matters less and less nowadays because teams are just signing their players long-term and then they'll trade them. That's how you acquire talent, either draft or via trade. No one signs massive extensions via free agency, or that's going to be less of the case in the future. The Knicks could extend Precious because they have his bird rights, but again, it gets a little weird because they're only $8 million under the second apron. And of course, people understand if you're in the second apron, you lose flexibility, you lose your draft picks, you can't trade with certain teams, hence the Phoenix Suns and why they're in cap hell. So this is a really interesting offseason for them because they can't really add many pieces besides vet minimum contracts. But what's the biggest change? How can they improve? Dan Hurley. I've been saying it for a year now, but I think Dan Hurley turned down the Lakers job because he knows this Knicks job is going to be open at some point, and it's closer to where he and his family live. He's the best coach in college basketball. Say what you want about his antics. He's the type of coach they need. He's tough. He's intense, which is what the upside of Tom Thibodeau is, but he also wouldn't play his guys 45 minutes a game and get them hurt and tired by the time they go on a postseason run. I think this would fix a lot because I think this is a championship roster, and what we're seeing is fatigue. What we're seeing is lack of adjustments, not enough rotation adjustments by Tom Thibodeau, and that's been a problem with his previous teams that have gone on postseason runs, quote unquote, in the past. In conclusion, if the Knicks want to compete and actually win a championship, they have to fire Tom Thibodeau. He's playing guys 45 plus minutes a game. People are getting hurt. The rotations aren't deep enough. When they have players that can actually contribute at a high level, and I think hiring Dan Hurley and giving him a massive contract would be the first step in them winning a championship. Because the fact of the matter is, Dan Hurley has won every single place he goes. Let me know what you guys think the Knicks should do this offseason, what coach they should hire. Follow me for more NBA content like this.